I don't think you're gonna believe the card that I enjoyed the most this weekend. You're not. You're not. And I took the recommendation from, well, we'll call him the best Madden player in the world this year, Henry. Watch him stream. He streams over on Twitch. Go watch him. Just dominate everyone. I was watching. I was like, I could try this out. I could try this out. So we did. Who? What? Where? Why? How? Huh? Best team in Madden. Let's go. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? Welcome to the best team in Madden. This is our weekly lineup update video, plus a little gameplay breakdown at the end of it. We're going to talk about everyone that we have, the changes we've made, changes we might be making, and all that sort of stuff. So if you enjoy this type of video, make sure you hit the like. Let's aim for 1,000 likes. Just total. Okay, you can do that. I know you can. And then make sure you guys are also subscribed to come back for more content on the channel. You guys can also help support the channel by clicking the Underdog Fantasy link and signing up there, and using code TheActualCC. Again, it does help the channel out. A lot of you guys always look for different ways to support the channel. There's also channel memberships on there. There's no perks, but it does, help support it. Think of it like a Twitch sub, basically, right? Basically like a Twitch sub. So let's just hop on into this today. A couple changes that we have made since playing this weekend. One, Deshaun Jackson is in the lineup now over Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase was a fine card. It was a fine card, but it wasn't overly special, and it was super expensive. I was like, we'll cash out there. We also switched out Jason Kelsey for Creed Humphrey, mainly because Creed Humphrey is like 90 speed. I don't know why, but he is. And then everything else is going to essentially be the same. So the card that I really noticed this weekend the most was Mike Alstott. Henry was using Mike Alstott with Tank and Bulldozer. I was like, I will try that out as well. I'm going to show you guys his stats. Tank for 1 AP is like his special ability being the LTD for 1. Again, that's cheap. Bulldozer makes it 2 total. So he is indeed a tank, right? Now, you'll see some of the overalls went down. The super suit stuff went away, so that's totally fine. It is what it is. No problems there. But, again, Joe Namath with long range, Hot Rod Master, Gunslinger. I still feel the need to use all those sort of things. No other changes here. We obviously had some of the Backyard Baller stuff come out. I just didn't want to try them just yet, but I am going to be trying them. I assume the video is probably up. I think that's a Tuesday video. This is a Wednesday video where we're going to be trying out some of those other edit position cards. Swipe on over to defense. We sold Ray Lewis to use Tyreek Hill. I wanted to try him out with his Lurker Acrobat combo for 2. Again, really fast and all that. And then in the actual game, we used Mean Joe Green this week as opposed to Aaron Donald. It's like, oh, let's try something different, right? So I used Hirsch, Mean Joe, and Luke Kuechly as my 3 pass rushers. Let's look at the abilities here and why I wanted to try this out, because I'm always trying different things out. So Luke Kuechly, I tried Tip Drill, Enforcer, and Crusher as a pass rusher on him. I don't know, but I tried it. Okay, I tried it. Cam Pickard is out of my way. Leroy Hirsch, defensive rally, unpredictable. Lots of pick artists. Mean Joe, unpredictable inside stuff. I tried Mean Joe as well because I wanted to get inside stuff for 1 again. And then we had Jimmy Graham with his pick artist and acrobat there. Did not use her Jimmy Graham either. This is all going to be computer coverage stats that we're going to show you here for how things went. So let's focus on these main players that we really added. And we'll show you Jimmy Graham, his numbers here. Again, we've just plugged him in at sub linebacker. We benched Derwin James for him to try. He's slow. He's 2 speed slower. He's 2 speed slower, but he's a gigantic person out there. So I wanted to see how well he would actually do. I think he did fine. Again, it's also for 2 speed. I'm getting a ton of size, a ton of height, and essentially a free pick artist as well. So EA's doing a really interesting job with making us think about what we want to do with AP situations and all that. So it's a cool idea. I like it. Let's look at these guys that we use. Mike Alstott right here. Here he is. Again, like, let's look at it. He's not the fastest guy in the game. On the team, he's 95 speed. That's pretty slow now, but he was our main running back here. We have 48 games played. This does include some house rules. But again, we see he's getting a catch a game here, but we see 12 broken tackles on 36 catches. You know how many broken tackles my receivers have? It'd be like 2, 3, and we're talking over weeks, right? And then right here, as the primary ball carrier, 226 carries for 1,100 yards, so 5 yards a carry. Again, that's probably about right. 65 broken tackles, 0 fumbles. He can't fumble. How do you get fumbles? Hit sticks, generally. You can't hit stick him. The only way he can fumble is by getting stripped. So that just doesn't really happen that often. Look at his rushing yards after the first hit. It's like 40% of his total yards. Just a great card. He's expensive, but he's a great card. Who else do we want to highlight so far? Hirsch has been playing great still. Mean Joe, again, gotta just take his stats. I know the game stats are going to say that he's played a lot more games. It's really just like 25 games, and we see the numbers here. Forced fumbles, pass deflections. He does have an interception. It doesn't show up on here. I think or it does up there. Some sacks. Like, Mean Joe played really well. Like, really well. Surprisingly good. Very much reminded me back in my Chris Jones days, for sure there. We didn't use Derrick Henry at all this weekend, or Eric Dickerson for that matter. We just didn't use them because we put Mike Alstott in every situation and wanted to try him out. Jimmy, this is CPU Jimmy. Couple picks, a pass deflection. Okay. He did okay. You know, he was in coverage every time. You would have maybe liked to see a little bit more on there. Obviously he's going to be much better on a theme team, which is totally fair. And then Tyreek Hill, who's like easily the lowest overall card that we're using on this team. And he's a linebacker. And for a linebacker, he did okay. Look at this. He had 3 picks over the weekend. Wasn't even all 25 games. Not a ton of tackles. He did have a sack. He did have a forced fumble, some pass deflection. When he get the ball in his hands too, like he was running. So I think I was actually surprised. I think he did pretty well for what it was. For what he is, I was happy. Now, let's break down a game for us today. We played the same guy twice this weekend. The first game, I threw a pass and we got stripped, and like it just changed the whole momentum of the game. So I was just trying stuff out after, right? I was trying to lob streaks to see like when is my timing on streaks and stuff, because the game was over. So we just did that, and he sent a message, and it was like pretty rude. And I was like, I mean, it was pretty clear I was just trying stuff out at that time. You got the win. That's great. Congratulations. I didn't record the game because I barely recorded any games this weekend. The only other game I recorded was against Voltrax, and we're not going to show you guys that game. But we matched up with him again, and I was like, all right, let's play. You know what? You want to play? Let's play. Let's play here. KFGTR, again, who this is? Running obviously a very full Raiders team there. We have Casey Hayward at 99, playing in the Raiders Stadium. Again, makes a lot of people still run Raiders. I still think they're a very good team. I have no problems with anyone running Raiders or anything along those lines. Cool. So we're gonna get the ball first, and since we'd already played, like he will know what I want to do, and I want to know what he wants to do, because it was like within an hour or two from when we played each other. So I was like, okay, you know, we'll see what we can do here, because like the first game like it was tough. It was tough. Like we weren't moving the ball great, but we were gonna be up at half and getting the ball, and everything just collapsed. I was like, okay, so we're gonna try running this stuff again, being a little smarter. Again, sometimes, I'll be honest, I do this sometimes, and I will always tell you guys, please do not do this. Don't underestimate your opponents. I do it from time to time still, and it comes back and it bites me. I would say half of my weekend league losses are me saying, I don't know who this is, he probably sucks, and then just not playing great. Okay. So again, here is like my calls. Hey, you know, my calls out's great. He gets blown up the first play. That's just good defense, right? You can't. He doesn't know how to fly. You can't just jump over everyone. But good defense is still gonna hold people up. So I ran a lot of deuce close the first time. I was like, this time I'm gonna try more of the tight slots, what I'm really used to. I know my reads better, especially he's running a lot of man coverage, and I honestly just have better man beaters in the formation here, and it all depends on what he's doing. So he actually ran commit there, and I totally missed it. It threw me off, to be honest. Like you'll see, like he run commits, and I should have thrown Y probably. But Y's not really open against man, so I just sort of hit the button that I know is normally open, and it's the drag. So we don't get a touchdown out of a I'm going to assume an accidental run commit. No one is going to intentionally run commit in that situation. Why would you? So, okay, so like no harm, no foul. We probably would have lasered him anyway that play. Let's be honest, like we would have definitely just thrown an absolute laser. So again, knowing this better, this play, I have 5 routes which I can throw against man coverage. It makes it a lot easier. I still have to make the reads, and that is obviously a problem for me at times, but we still are fine. And again, he's not super rushing us. He's dropping back. We see right there, good old Torrey Holt. Underrated card in my opinion in the game. Gets open, beats Night Train downfield. Okay. Again, sometimes when you play a player like this, how they run defense between the 20s and then inside the 20s is very different. I know I change things up once I get inside the 20s as well. So I wanted to sort of see what I could do here and set this play up, because I want to make sure that like maybe he's gonna give this to us here, because he probably should, and we get sacked. He was there on the running back, but I'll be honest, I really rushed through that play. I remember you saw like the play clock was ticking down, so it was 1st and goal. Like I don't need to force a bad pass on 1st and goal. That is an absolutely terrible thing to do. So we don't. And right here again, I'm trying to roll. We see Torrey Holt was wide open. I probably could have made another half questionable throw, but I don't want to make any questionable throws in the red zone here. I know I need 7. 7 is really important. So I'm going to come back out and I'm going to try to set up this play the way I wanted to set up the first time, without having to completely rush and do things obviously a bit better here. And same setup this time, does work. 7-0. Good guys, no problem there. I forget what he ran. Bunch. He ran a lot of bunch. And I think last week when we played Nini, he ran a lot of man. And again, I will always feel like the defense that someone is playing against you is the defense they don't want to play against. Just factual, right? I feel like that is true. So we do the same thing to them, right? I just don't have man abilities, which is always a problem. So even here, like we're mixing stuff up. Mean Joe look at Mean Joe get in there, right? Mean Joe, like I said, I feel like he was kind of a beast for us here. And like this is just real basic verticals, and like not a good play. Not a good play. I mean, in that situation there too, we're on a 2nd and long. So we're obviously at this point protecting the sticks, right? And protecting the sticks is helpful here. Boom, 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 right? Cool. So we're gonna get the ball. We're gonna set up our plays again and see what we want to do. Again, I want to make sure that, like, hey, we got to play smart. Let's try to control the clock and the game just a little bit here. He does get ball at half, so if we have a quick score, he's going to be able to get the ball back. Could potentially have a slow drive, score at the start of the next half, and all of a sudden we're tied again. So we would be up from 14 to tied without ever touching the ball. I hate that scenario and situation. I would rather just play a little slower, a little more basic here. See what we want to do. So again, I was honestly just like looking through plays and like, is there anything else in here that I could want to add to maybe we could beat the coverages that he's going to be throwing out here for us? Because again, the coverage can be difficult sometimes, and he has a pretty good user. Now right here, he obviously goes offside. So I wouldn't have thrown that normally, but with the penalty, like I'm obviously just gonna throw the ball up. It's accidental offsides, but if you accidentally go offsides, that's not my problem. If I accidentally go offsides, that's not your problem. Take the penalty. Right there, again, maybe we have X open. Torrey Holt, I feel like he's going to smoke Night Train every single time on that post. Every single time he's going to beat him there. We just need to make sure that we don't throw it at the wrong time, potentially. Again, it's not worth getting picked. Not worth trying to, oh, I can squeeze it in. We're fine, you know? So again, I have this play set up where I like to do, where I can sort of motion snap as best as possible. It's not a good play, but I like to mix it in like once a game on some people because it will throw them off a little bit. Maybe they're waiting for someone to get set. You have to run it from the short side to the wide side. It's a really specific thing. It's not really that good, but I do it sometimes. So we have Joe Namath active here with pro reads, which basically means he is fearless at this point. I don't have anything crazy in there. And again, we're trying to make that throw. Does he get there if we make that throw? Maybe he does. Again, he's not manning up the running back here. He knows that the running back is likely the goal of that play. We don't have a lot of great route combinations out of here either. I know I personally don't. Some people do. Again, I just don't. So again, we're just gonna dump it down to Cup there, only because we see pressure. And yeah, you know, I stunned a little bit there. So the reason I know that that's going to be open in this situation, again, is very simple. He is rushing 5 at this point. At a 3-3-5 wide, sometimes people rush 5, some people rush 3. If they rush 3, then obviously those safeties on the outside or linebackers on the outside, they're going to drop into flats more often than not, right? You don't know what depth they're going to be at, but you know they're going to be there. When I see this guy coming off the edge right here, I know, hey, it's a 5-man. All I need to do is watch his user. If his user stays with the drag, we have the running back. If he goes to the running back, we have the drag. Again, very simple. And Cooper Kupp just smokes him. I'll celebrate a little bit. I'm happy. I was happy there. 14-0 in this game. We continue on. Another drive. Again, bunch. I feel like I do better against bunch. More than other formations. And it's just because you see it a lot. And I feel like not everyone has a world-class bunch. If you have a world-class bunch, but I'll tell you what I'm not doing. Probably not stopping you very often. But if you have an average bunch, I think I can get a stop. Like one stop a game, probably. And he's really just running verticals. You know, it's verticals or flood. And again, we've been playing against verticals and flood since August. So we have a decent idea of what to stop there. We do have some zone drops on. Again, that's fine. We get down to 4th and 1 here. I really like the hurry up here so we don't get to reset zone drops. But thankfully, what we did have set before was the difference in, well, we had deep clouds and short curl flats. So again, I have those set up separately. Sometimes I put my curl flats on 0 and my flats on like 20 or 25. The reason I have those set up as like 2 extremes is that if you have them set up, you obviously can't force a hard flat otherwise. So I like that option of being able to throw it out in this situation. Like I would have hurried up in that exact same spot to try to get, like, oh, I see their flats are real deep. Let me hurry up. Maybe I'll be able to throw this tight end flat route super quick. So that's just something we recognize and understand and we see there, right? Which means otherwise he would have had the deeper route. So we paused here to see if he would quit for us. He did not. That's fine. He paused on us the other game. Well, if I'm losing in most games, I'll just quit, you know. If someone's being a jerk about it, I ain't gonna quit. You know what I mean? So again, we're watching here, we're waiting here. I feel like we could have had it, but again, why risk a throw there? You know what I'm like? Seriously, yeah, it's probably open, but if we can get a first down here, we're at least gonna take a 17-point lead into half. So we're gonna clock the rest of this out. So right here, we switch the run up to the right side instead of the left. Again, keeping these user on the toast. It is not a very good run to the right at all, but it at least keeps them like maybe a slight hesitation. And I'll take a slight hesitation whenever we can get it there. So again, you see, I'm literally just trying to take the clock here. We take 2 clock off at this point. I don't want to clock myself completely out. Like that's just not smart. I'm not sure what was going on here. Oh, he quit. He quit there. Okay. Well, that's where he quit. So this is a shorter episode and all that. I know I didn't record as many games. I was sharing my screen a lot with the guys on the call, and I just forget to hit record sometimes. So shame on me. You can boo me all you want for not being able to get better games or more games or something like that. I was also trying to speed run as quick as I could. So some of the games would have just been really me chewing clock trying to get out of them. So either way, thank you guys for tuning in. Be great. Good luck. Any questions, put them down below, and I'm out. Peace.